Bobbi Althoff cannot accept her fall off. I haven't heard about Bobbi in quite a little bit of time, but it looks like she's trying to come back again or trying to make a switch or something of that sort, and it is not going good. But as always, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I thank you guys for all the love and support. And let's get into the video.
So it has been a couple of months since we last caught up with Bobbi Althoff, and the last time we did, it looked like she had successfully pulled off the pump fake. At first acting as though she would be quitting the internet forever, while admitting to her haters that she had completely fallen off.
As you guys know, this podcast started off just with a girl with a dream to make more money. I didn't know I would fall off as quickly as I did. To be honest, I did think this was going to last a bit longer.
But then it was revealed that this was all a massive ploy to usher in her new podcast called Not This Again, where she and Drake would hop back into bed once again to create massive amounts of cringe.
I don't like the sound of this. What are you singing? I feel like I've heard what you're singing. Can I Shazam this?
No, I just made that up.
Okay.
People also say that I got a BBL, right? They call me BBL Drizzy.
That's crazy. I didn't see none of this.
So.
Oh, that's true. Did you?
I don't know if my wagon looked crazy when I walked in here, but.
Now from the very start, attempting to recreate lightning in a bottle like this did not work. Yes, the interview itself did garner millions of views all of these months later, but in terms of the clips going viral, or this launching her new show into a different stratosphere, or really creating any sort of positive buzz for Bobbi online, it really did not work out in their favor, with Bobbi taking a brunt of the scrutiny online, while Drake at the very least came out with some funny moments at her expense.
You're cute. They don't think you look 40 in the face. You know, they think lovely things about you, and I think that you take that immediate reaction and you wear it, you know, you wear it like a romper.
Because the things that did get clipped were really just Drake subtly, or in some cases blatantly clowning on her, calling her a bad parent and essentially saying that she was being passed around the industry.
Leaving on your daughter's first birthday was a slapper.
12 months old.
No, I'm just saying it's not like she's not going to remember the childhood trauma that you caused her until she watches these interviews back. And that
the
is
childhood trauma is crazy.
No. If you had a superhero name, what would it be? BBC girl.
Oh, okay. That's where we're going to end. That's crazy.
He ain't give no fucks. He let it all go, brother. He ain't hold no shots. I feel like that this interview was probably just for the sake of revenge, just to get in her face and talk shit to her, because I'm pretty sure her fall off started when she went to a Drake concert and acted like she didn't like this song, and then apparently they stopped following each other after that, which is odd because I feel like that's not really a diss. I feel like, you know, her humor is very dry.
How about you redo that without that?
Sorry. If you had a superhero name, what would it be? What would it be? The world thinks that you just
I'm a whore.
No.
That's definitely what
they just think
say.
that you magnetically attract the biggest anacondas on planet Earth.
Overall, I do feel like this
She did leave her husband. Happily married, maybe not happily. I don't fucking know what their marriage was like, but I know if she didn't pop off doing this shit, she would still be married to that man. Sad truth. That nigga done lost his family because his shorty got too big. And that's one thing you gotta learn in life, my nigga. In life, you gotta put yourself first. You know what I'm saying? In life with your wife, you gotta put yourself first. Cause there's not a lot of wives that can surpass their husband and stay with their husband. And it's a sad truth, but it's the truth, man. It is what it is. Anyway.
Podcast was a tough watch for anyone with an IQ level above room temperature. And my immediate thought after seeing all of this different promo was that Drake now owned Bobbi's likeness in some sort of way. Because not only did he essentially launch her into the mainstream a couple of years back, but it was clear to me that he was now making a conscious effort to try and revive her from the ashes of irrelevance.
I'm gonna take my shoes off.
Oh, wow.
It's not comfortable. I didn't say my shirt. I said my
we're gonna
shoes,
get
so
right into it, huh?
You act like I said my shirt.
No, I know,
So
but
I'm
I'm
gonna
just
take my
saying, I
shoes
didn't know
off.
if you want the people to know how
Choosing.
comfy we get.
But now in the 5 months since the humiliation ritual, Hawktua 2.0 has had nearly nothing going on. Yes, she did do an interview with Kevin Durant 2 months after that did do decently, but much like with Drake, I think it was more about the fact that Kevin rarely does interviews, and so naturally his massive amount of fans were inclined to watch.
Would you date someone with kids?
How many kids we talking?
Like 6.
Hell no. The fuck?
And honestly, if anything, I think that this was really just KD doing a solid for his longtime friend, who I truly think
Y'all gonna
does
see me
have
pop
a
out one of
vested
these
business.
days. Y'all gonna see me pop out one of these days with my hair like this. Hold up.
I think that this was really
Yeah, you gonna see me pop out my shit like this. Y'all boy been like, damn, nigga, Jeffy. You know what I'm saying? You gonna see me pop out like ASAP Rocky. My shit, straightened and shit. Super swag. Fuck you mean, bro? KD, this nigga be looking sick. Fuck, bro. Shit, that nigga be looking sick. There was a video saying that he was getting canceled. I didn't watch it. Y'all drop a comment if y'all want me to react to that shit, man. We see what that nigga on. But yeah, he be looking like he going through some shit for real.
Really just KD doing a solid for his longtime friend, who I truly think does have a vested business interest in the industry plant herself.
Welcome to a much more refined, poised, and pleasant.
Pleasant. I don't know about that.
I know. I
I think that was just a word you.
I'm trying to get you brand deals.
Now when we further dissect the wilting of this plant, you may notice that she is only posting at a pace of around 1 podcast every 2 months with her new show. And I must say, to her credit, she really did try and drop the dry, rude, sarcastic vibe, and has attempted to be more open and less confrontational with her guest.
I've only been to 1 concert.
They never just brought you and said, come on, Bobby.
It was 1 time. No, he didn't.
Come on, little Bobby.
But overall, she is still incredibly boring and poorly researched. It's like she really brings nothing new to the table. And even worse, she has seemingly teamed up with the likes of Logan Paul to be sponsored by Pisswater Prime.
I am that comfortable because I drink Prime. Yeah.
And that kind of combination is kind of like diarrhea sponsoring an EDM festival porta potty. Now that's some nasty shit. Now, regardless of her only releasing 5 episodes, with 2 of them now being deleted due to poor performance, she is already moving on to the next season of her newfound show. And in the announcement trailer, she is becoming painfully self-aware.
My first marriage fell apart. Everybody thinks I'm a bad person because I missed my daughter's first birthday. And I don't even know if me and Drake are still friends.
That feels very specific. Do you remember how well I was doing 2 years ago?
You were huge.
Yeah,
And now you feel irrelevant,
I am.
obsolete,
Yeah.
unpopular.
So this little skit is essentially Bobbi addressing the elephant in the room in the most sarcastic way possible, spelling out each and every so-called hate comment that she has received since her popularity online began to unfold.
Do you want to know what I did last night?
Yes.
I watched a 45-minute video on YouTube about my Falloff, studying Bobbi Althoff's Falloff. That's what it was called.
People love to see a train wreck.
Althoff?
In my
Is
old
that how it's
videos,
pronounced?
I would play this character, this girl who was unlikable, who was a bitch, didn't research anyone she interviewed. Fast forward and I read all those comments and I'm like, I'm not gonna be a bitch anymore. I'm gonna try to be likable. And now my videos went from getting millions of views to nothing. No one watches what I do anymore.
No one watches them anymore.
So clearly Bobbi is a fan of the work of this channel. In all seriousness though, this is pretty much Bobbi explicitly stating that she will be going back to biting the deadpan, funny Marco style that made her go viral in the first place.
What do I do?
Well, do you think going back to this old character, this persona, would help you?
Yeah, it would help me.
Okay.
I think. I don't know. Why don't you tell me, okay? It made me more money, right? It made me.
The thing is, people didn't think it was a character. People thought it was her. And this makes people feel like it was her, and now she's trying to change in order to say, like, oh, my character changed. And that is a part of the issue. And then also, you should have just stayed like that and, you know, made videos out of character. You know what I'm saying? If you needed to. Or, you know, be out in public and you're not in character all the time. Even though that may have been what it was in real life. But I didn't see that. Most people didn't see that. You need to be able to show people the real you. You know what I'm saying? And like I said before, you doing this, what you're doing right now, isn't going to have people grow an emotional connection to you. There's no emotional connection to this because this is like, I don't even, like, you don't know who you're talking to. Not talking to, but you don't know who you're watching. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know who this person is because she's not playing the character that I knew. And she's saying that the character that I knew wasn't her, it was a character. And now she's not acting like that. And it just throws everything off. You know what I'm saying? She should have stuck to what she was doing. Even though people didn't like it, people were watching it. You know what I'm saying? And if, over in time, you could have been like, nigga, I'm a regular person. Y'all tweaking. Y'all acting like all this isn't staged and planned. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people like me. I'm cool with everybody. And then, people would be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? We don't hate her. She's cool. She's fucking, like, this is just her comedy. But you decided to switch based off of your comments. One thing you never do, nigga. One thing I learned throughout life, you never switch because of your fucking comments, brother. Never switch because of your comments. You know what I'm saying? Your comments will have you bend over and cracked. All right? So don't listen to your fucking comments. Don't listen to just outrageously negative comments. There could be constructive criticism, of course. You know what I'm saying? There's always ways to better yourself. But for the most part, niggas is too negative. It's like, all right, that's a them problem. Y'all niggas got issues. You know what I'm saying? Nigga too mad. You know what I'm saying? You can't listen to a nigga too mad. You gotta listen to people that have constructive criticism.
But it's not just about the money. It's about the craft. It's about the love.
Everything is about money.
About the interview. No one gives a flying fuck about nice Bobbi. She's sold out. Now she's back. And better than ever. And bitchier than ever.
So I go back to the character.
Great work today.
I go back to the character, you're saying?
So brave.
Okay, I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm gonna do it. And if I don't make money, then you don't get paid, so.
And while Bobbi may act like she's in on the entire joke, or like she does not care what people online have to say about her, she has left this very long trail of breadcrumbs that suggest otherwise. In fact, she removed that trailer from YouTube after it got only around 10,000 views in a couple of days, likely due to the poor performance.
Yeah, and you left your husband. You know what I'm saying? More of a reason for people to dislike you. How do you become rich and famous and immediately, within the first 6 months, leave your husband? Give it some time. How you couldn't wait just a little bit longer before you skedaddled on your family? And started cracking motherfucking 6'5" black men? You could have gave it some more time. You know what I'm saying? You'd probably still be famous right now. You could have held on for a little bit longer. Tried a little bit harder. Went to therapy. Like that little skit for your marriage. You know what I'm saying?
Say that because she has admitted to doing this in the past, as she really thinks that she has to remove any sign of failure from her life.
Because I was putting out 10, 15, 20 videos a day, getting no views. And I thought it was so cringe, but I was like, well, whatever. I would delete them, of course, after a day because I don't want to leave a history of me failing.
And I sat through this hour-long interview that she did only around 11 months ago when things were going significantly better for her. And out of the entire hour, around 40 minutes of it was dedicated to her discussing her haters online, especially in regards to comment sections and how much they break her down on a daily basis.
When my face looks really bad because I get bad filler and people all have something to say about it, I'm like, fuck you.
You kind of block it out, you don't read it, or you do read it and just...
I heavily filter my own comments.
Really?
Oh yeah. You can't say ugly. You can't say... You should see my filters. My comment filters are like ugly, Botox, filler.
Now, rule number 1 for anyone trying to do anything on the internet is to know when to let the comment section go. I, for one, really love to read the comment section on most of my videos. Even when my viewers are crushing me for something I've done wrong throughout this 7-year career I found myself in, which has obviously happened many times, it's like at least I know you guys are being real with me. Bobbi, on the other hand, has completely fallen victim to the internet abyss, where she has been eaten alive by random people online.
She was 1. She's not going to remember that. My parents worked on so many of my birthdays, but that is people's biggest critique of me, is that I left my daughter on her first birthday. That makes me a bad mom because I interviewed Drake on my daughter's first birthday.
I would interview Drake on my daughter's first birthday and throw a party separately. Go ahead and judge that. I'm sorry.
We knew this in a video that I'd made previously about her.
It didn't. The thing is, 365 days. It didn't need to be on your daughter's first birthday. It really didn't. It really didn't. Like, if you could have pushed it back a day or two or whatever, I'm sure the planning of all of this, Drake's like, when are you free? Oh, I'm free on my daughter's birthday. Y'all could have figured out, better timing for all this. You kind of just set yourself up for that one, to be honest. And for what? All for nothing. And the biggest thing isn't the fact that, your daughter's birthday, which was pretty bad. You know what I'm saying? But she won't remember it, and it was pretty fucking sick still just to do. I feel like most niggas wouldn't do that, But yeah, it's the fact that your fucking marriage fell apart, and then you started dating a whole bunch of black men. That wasn't good for your publicity.
In the past, that she was not cut out for this life when she was tearing up, voice cracking while talking about it.
What I'm putting out based on what the comments are saying, and sometimes it's just constructive criticism. It can be a little mean, but yeah, it doesn't bother me too much.
But in that same vein, she also admits that her haters are essentially her lifeblood.
My personality is annoying. I'm annoying. Why am I still trying? I'm a horrible mom.
At least they're talking about you.
I honestly, yeah, because when it's too quiet, I'm like, excuse me, where are my haters at? Now I'm falling off.
She also does the delusional thing where she believes that everyone who has something negative to say about her online must be pigeonholed into a certain box. Specifically, she claims that they all must be conservative men, suggesting to comedian Trevor Wallace that all of his fans are essentially cut from this same cloth.
I think I do stuff for both sides. Like, I'll make a video talking shit about guys who drive like Camaros, and then I'll also like make fun of like baristas. So like you can really appease both. But yeah, my celebrity.
That's crazy. Do you know what I realized?
What?
That your number one fans are my number one haters. I think
the military?
that's my...
Get this, Bobbi Althoff does not support the troops.
She also shared this same sentiment during an interview with Teddy Swims that, like I said, has now been deleted.
Those are good hate comments.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope that your haters talk to my haters and get more clever with their mean things.
What do they say really mean things like that? Just
Mine are evil. Mine are racist. Very racist. All of my haters look exactly like each other. They all look the same. They're all in the military.
Man, I think that's like the worst part. As I can imagine, like
they all love Jesus.
It's actually a quite interesting phenomena to see all the different emotions she has around the people who do not support her, whether it be crying in an interview, or venting to a guest, or in a joking matter like this TikTok voiceover she made.
Welcome to day 4 of becoming the person who I want to be myself. 6 months to do them. Part of this change that I want to make is not giving any weight to people's opinions who just don't matter. People who could only dream of living a life as great as mine. I know who I am. I feel confident in the choices I've made in my life. At the end of the day, it's my life, not yours. My kids are happy because my kids are my whole world. It means I am happy. I'm also working at paying more attention to the people who say nice and letting those carry more weight in my life. So thank you to everybody who's been good, because there are way more of you than the people who hate. Still, fuck you guys who hate me. There's really no reason for it. But you do. If hating me makes you hate yourself less, then go ahead.
Oh, and last but not least, the one where she is legitimately crying into a cell phone camera about comments online.
Okay, I hate to make a video like this because it's embarrassing, and I know that I'm gonna see this a month from now and be like, why did you post that? And also posting this shows that I care, and I don't. All the comments are about how I'm ran through, and oh, look, another one, or he probably doesn't know how ran through she is, or just mean things. As much as I wish that these comments didn't get to me, it's like I'm human, and
the comments only get to you, or situations like this where they're saying that you're this type of person. You know what I'm saying? If comments are, bro, you fucking yap too much, and then it's like, I'm not gonna cry about it. You know what I'm saying? Someone says, oh, you're chop shit. I'm not gonna cry about it. But if someone says, oh, you're ran through, things of that nature, for those to get to you, they have to be true. That's like if somebody came into my comments and was just saying just outright lies. Like just shit that I knew was not true whatsoever. It would not hurt me. It wouldn't affect me because I'm like, this is just like outright wrong, so I don't care. She, in the bottom of herself, would have to feel like they hold some type of validity, and that is why it's hurting her. You know what I'm saying? Because she could have came on here and said, you guys are idiots if you guys think I'm ran through. After my husband, I was celibate for 8 months, and then I finally found someone that I liked, and it was one guy. You know what I'm saying? And such and such and such and such. You don't have to explain it that deep because fuck everybody else. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to fucking explain yourself for everything. But that's what the video would have looked like. It's like, you guys are idiots. You guys think everybody that I do an interview with, I'm fucking. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you crying while saying, it hurts me sometimes when you guys say I'm ran through.
And if you got this many negative things said about you every day, it would get to you too. Because I hope if you're one of the people who hate me, maybe you'll watch this and reconsider it.
Like, girl, if you do not put that phone down.
I'm not posting as much because all of my comments are just so mean. People are so mean to me on the internet, and it's like...
She got what she asked for, though. And that's the thing. She wanted people to stop saying mean comments and stop being mean to her. People stopped being mean to her, but there wasn't as many people to say nice things. Because people haven't built an emotional connection with you. And crying on the net like this doesn't help people build an emotional connection to you. You know, your haters might actually be like, all right, I'm all for her, bro. I'm not going to keep making fun of her, bro. I'm on to the next. And then guess what? Now you just lost the viewer. You know what I'm saying? Type shit.
What? Because they say I sleep with every guest, and it's like, literally, I do not. But you won't ever believe that. One day my kids are going to be old enough to read these comments, and it's like, why? Why do you guys hate me so much? I don't get it. I don't know what I did to deserve that.
I still will never understand people who are crying, tears in their eyes, and they open up the phone like, hey, let me record myself. It makes no fucking sense. One thing I also found interesting is that she has this stark shift between the character she plays on her podcast and who she believes herself to be in real life. It's almost like acting like this bitchy person on her show has damaged the way she feels about herself internally. This is something that she discussed on this podcast as well.
I'm like snapping into this like blunt, dry personality that I'm trying not to smile or anything. And then the most awkward part ever is when you're done. You stop and you're like, all right, that's a wrap. And then everybody's like, okay, let's be normal now. And like, it's such an awkward thing to do that every single episode is a little bit awkward.
But now, as you saw in the new trailer, she really knows that her only chance to returning to prosperity is to return to making the same type of deadpan content that she became known for back in 2023. This is something she also admits here.
I feel like I got out of character for a minute there for a few episodes. I started to get insecure of the character because of comments, right? Because they're like, oh, that person's rude, she's whatever. But then I realized that's what grew my page. So if I'm editing a podcast and there's like too much of us being normal, I'm like, cut. That can't go in it.
But sadly, I do not think that even a return to this bitchy behavior is going to save her career at this point. Because at the end of the day, she, like many we have discussed before, whether it be the Hawk to a Girl or several others in the past, really had no foundation when it came to their fan base. You know, it's like all these people rushed in because her clips were going viral for a moment and she was with Drake and Lil Yachty and several other online stars. But at some point, the bit does get old. And when everyone has peeked behind the curtain and seen that all of the negativity has destroyed someone like this behind the scenes, her specific style no longer works. It's like the fourth wall has been broken, and it's no longer fun for those people who thought that she was genuinely like this.
You ain't got no seasoning, man. You like a plain piece of chicken, just on the thing, you pull it off, and then you serve the dish. You need some motherfucking seasoning, man.
But I want to know what you guys...
Yeah, man, I feel like there's so much things that she could have done to actually save all of this, and what she did was not it. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you know, hindsight is always 20/20, but what she should have done is added, you know, segments to her actual like interviews, because at the end of the day, the interview was a comedy session rather than an actual interview, because she didn't really ask them anything. She didn't really know anything about them, which is fine if she actually found a way to be like, oh, my producers wrote me some questions to ask you because I don't really know you that well, or I don't know anything about you. Like, and it can still be deadpan, it can still be all these things, and then she actually asked them these questions and is sarcastic about it, and, you know, have fun doing it. But in that way, there's more value inside of her video rather than just her being funny. Because once the whole thing stops being funny, you need something to stand on. You know what I'm saying? After we seen you fucking ask a question and it's the same shit over and over again, the video or the content needs something to stand on. So, you know, if you were to find a way where, you know, you had like one of your producers be like, yo, you know, we wrote some questions for you or whatever, and you read it, you know, tripping over words, say things wrong, this and that, it would be so much better and people would appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? In the sense that they actually, I'm fucking back. They actually get some, you know, some value out of it, where they're watching, you know, someone that they like and they actually have questions that, you know, they want answered or that are, you know, entertaining to them. Because, okay, you have Drake on your shit, but you didn't ask him not a single thing that people want to know. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be like an interview type of thing. And if it's not, then it's literally just, you know, a comedy skit. But it's like, how many times can you see the same shit? But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And if nobody told you today, I love you. Peace.